Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's your boy Moss from the Adult Conversations with Moss and Peel show. I'd like to thank y'all for coming. It's another Tuesday night. We made it. We got to thank the Most High for that. And I apologize for not being here last Tuesday. I went to the premiere of the hip hop exhibit entitled "The Culture" at the Cincinnati Art Museum, and I thought that it would be over and I would be back home in time to do the show, but the art exhibits were so nice, and they had a they had a presentation by D. Rawls, who is a professor of hip hop at the Ohio State University. I recorded this discussion, and I did a live on the discussion. So if you didn't get a chance to check that out, go check that out. It's very enlightening. If you don't really know the origins of hip hop, you can go check that out. It's about 33 minutes. And I asked you all to go watch it because I don't know what I did to piss YouTube off, but YouTube took over 100 of my watch hours. Now, where my watch hours were at over 2,000 hours, and I was getting real close monetized. Basically, I'm back to 536 hours. So hard on videos and doing lives because I got to get my watch hours back up. All my watch hours from when I went to Mexico, I had a great time in Mexico. I have got a lot of subscribers doing my trip to Mexico. All those watch hours, YouTube took them away. So, like the video, share the video, subscribe to the page. My subscribers have been going. That's why I don't understand it. Is my subscribers have been going up and things of that nature. But yeah, man. Took 1,500 of my watch hours. So where I was at 2,000, I'm back to 500. Hey, the Blood Files. Good evening. Good evening. The Blood Files has a new video up. It's very, very nice. So yeah, YouTube docked me 1,500 watch hours. So I'm back down to 500 watch hours. And I got to get to 3,000 watch hours to be monetized. So you see what they did to me. So we're gonna be doing this. Um, tonight's show was in is a serious topic. And the reason that I wanted to have a discussion on AIDS is because it's been a really, really big topic. Going back to, I mean, it's always been a big topic, but it's really, really big since like December of 2023. Um, talking about how Houston has been on the rise for STDs going back a year. And they had the CDC put out some numbers about the city of Houston last week, and the numbers are alarming. And the reason that I chose this topic was I have a couple of friends, one female friend and one male friend, that are thinking about moving to Houston. And you'll see why in the discussion that we have tonight, why I kind of have reservations about my two friends moving to Houston, Texas. But rates are alarming, and it all comes down to lifestyle. So, the discussion that we're having tonight, I have some videos and I got some news articles that I'm going to speak from. But this video tonight isn't to demean anyone, to to basically talk bad about anyone. Stuff that I'm going to talk about is just real life. It's going to be fact driven. And I'm not doing my discussion tonight is to not demean anyone's lifestyle or anything that they do. I'm not a perfect person. But I just think that this is a discussion that everybody needs to have it in the Black community. That's really, when I do my videos, I'm doing my videos for the benefit of everyone. But I'm a Black man. So most of the things that I'm going to talk about are going to be things that are very good for us or very detrimental to us. It's detrimental to everyone, but it's really taking a grip in the Black community. Hey, Angie, baby, how you doing tonight? And yeah, I wanted to have this discussion a bit, but yeah, I need you all to help me get these watch hours back up. But I saw this video last week, and I'm gonna play the. I think I have the video pulled up, but I'm gonna play the video, and they have came out and said that the numbers that they were speaking on were not the right numbers because at first they put the numbers out and they said the numbers were for 1 week. But now they've came out and they've said that the numbers that the CDC put out June, and that it's not specifically for Houston, but it's for the whole of Texas. But that's largest cities in Texas are Dallas and Houston, and you got San Antonio. But for tonight's purposes, we're going to be talking about Houston and somewhat Dallas. But the numbers that they put out last week were staggering, and it's scary. And also going to talk about a new STI that hit New York last week. Only one person has it, but it's things that are coming out and people need to be aware of. This new STI that came out that one person in New York has it's a ringworm. And basically it's a ringworm that is in your genitalia, your buttocks, and basically the area that's your sexual organs area. And it's transmitted by disease. The guy, there's a man. They did say that it was a man who contracted this infection, this ringworm infection, and basically he said that he had traveled to England. There was another England, Thailand, and California. And the guy said that he had sex with numerous men. But also been to a couple of hot tubs, bathhouses or whatnot. But basically he came home. When he got back to New York, he developed a rash that wouldn't go away. And basically doctor for treatment. And this information that I'm telling you all is information that I read. Because it's just one person, it's in a journal. So basically, they said that they gave him one set of antibiotics. It's a fungal infection. They said it's in the family of athlete's feet and things of that nature, but it's a ringworm. And they said that they gave him one type of antibiotic, and he took it for 4 weeks. And this antibiotic didn't take care of the infection that he had. So then they put him on another different medicine, and he had to take this medicine for 8 weeks. And then at the end of taking this medicine for 8 weeks, he was able to get rid of the rash, they think. But it's crazy out here, y'all. And that's what I wanted to talk about is, do a lot of people know their status? And I created a poll and I asked, have people got STI screenings? And I think it's to the point now where I have a my chart. My chart is up to date. It goes back some years. So I have no issues of showing my status and showing that I haven't had anything for the last 4 to 5 years. I mean, that's as far as my chart goes back. But out here, you all, it's real out here. I have a discussion with y'all. We have discussions. Adult conversations with moms. Many of the discussions we have are discussions that lots of people don't want to talk about. Hard to talk about topics, and I mean I think that these are things that need to be talked. Because I think everyone should know their status. I tell people, I tend to go to the doctor. I mean, I'm different. I go to the doctor a lot, and I'm sexually active. So I go to get a checkup probably every 3. And when I say that I'm going to get a checkup, it's not like I'm out here having unprotected sex. But unprotected sex, I mean, stuff happens. So I tend to go get STI screenings probably once every 4 months. I get 3 STI screenings if I'm sexually active. If I'm not sexually active, then there's really no reason for me to go get a screening. But if I'm sexually active, I go to get screenings every 4 months. And when I go to the doctor, they ask, "Well, are you having symptoms? And I'm like, no, I got insurance and I'm coming to have a checkup. I mean, I'm sexually active. I want to check up. I like to be confident in knowing that if I'm going to lay down with someone that I don't have anything, as everyone should be. But that's me. I utilize my insurance through my jobs because, a lot of us aren't proactive in doing things. And I'm very, very proactive. Very, very proactive. So hit the like button, share this video out, subscribe to the channel. But I take pride in knowing that I don't have anything and don't have any venereal diseases and I don't have any, herpes and things of that nature. I take pride in that. Not to say that I haven't, done things that were stupid. I have, but as you grow older, you understand that, our place on this earth isn't long. So you most definitely don't want to have your older years where you're sick. And especially something where, people aren't going to have. Why would someone want to have sex with someone that has a venereal disease when there's millions of people out here that don't have venereal disease? I'm going to tell y'all a story before I go any further. When I first moved here I've been here about 18 months. When I first moved here, I met this girl, very nice girl. She looked nice. Everything was cool about her. Conversations that we had were cool. And when we decided to meet, we met out in public at a, restaurant, had some drinks. And while we were having those drinks, she was like, I got something I got to talk to you about. I kind of backed up a little bit, like, you got something you need to talk to me about. Like, what is it? And I was like, are you a man? Are you out here cross-dressing? And we both I laughed because I knew she wasn't, but we both laughed and she was like, nah. She's like, I'm serious. She's like, I'm HIV positive. And I was like, I kind of backed up a little bit. Because me personally, in my 50 years of being on this earth, I had never met anyone that I knew that had HIV, AIDS. In my life, I had never met anyone. I've had a couple family members, distant family members that have died from HIV or AIDS or whatever. Not, but me personally, I had never met anyone that was HIV positive. Could tell it was something that it was hard for her to tell me this, but I thanked her. I hugged her, and I thanked her because she didn't have to tell me that. She didn't have to tell me that. And we had a conversation, and she told me how she got it, and she told me the medications and stuff that she took, and basically she was telling me, no, I take it, and it doesn't show up in my system, and I listened. I listened to the conversation, and I listened to everything. But at the end of it, I just basically told her that we can be friends because I'm just because I wouldn't turn my back on the person just because HIV positive would still be cool with. I can't get it, but I just told her that there was really no way. That was, this was where our friendship would be at this point. This is where it would be, and because like I told her, I was like, you're pretty, you're cute, whatever, but really, there's no reason for me to, get you as a person that I could be in a relationship with because I don't have any venereal disease. I don't have any STIs. And you have something that you can't get rid of. And if we do something, I'm gonna get it. So really there was no reason for, I could still be friends with her, whatever the case, but there was no way. And she just kept saying, it's under control. And I mean, I don't care. I mean, in my mind, I was saying, I don't care how under control it is, you got it. And I can say this that she got it from her boyfriend who was in and out of jail. And while he was in jail, he was messing with, and someone came. The thing about it is, someone came and told her that, he plays with boys when he's in jail and stuff. And she didn't believe it. So then she asked him, and he reluctantly told her, yeah, and yeah, she has HIV. So, we had a long conversation, and like, yeah, I just thanked her. I thanked her again when we parted and went our separate ways. But yeah, I thanked her because there are people out here that try to give it to you because they're mad because somebody gave it to them. So for her to be mature and a real person to tell me that, man, I was immensely thankful to her. She didn't have to tell me that. And I think everyone should know their staff. Should know their staff. But yeah, that was it. Yeah, that's a little story that I have on that. But well, yeah, I'm 20. I've been talking for 20 minutes. We 20 minutes into the show, and y'all know usually, So I'm gonna stop right here so that you all can hit the like button, you can share this video out, and you can subscribe to the page. But this comes the time where I cut off Facebook, I cut off Twitch, and I cut off X because I want you all to come over here and join the conversation with us. But before I do that, I'm gonna go back and I'm gonna look at some of these comments that have come through since we started. And the poll, I don't know the amount of people that have completed the poll, but 75% people said they have had a STD screen in their lifetime, and 25% of people said they haven't had a. Maybe that person that hasn't had, there's no need for them to have a STD screening, but yeah, 75% of the people, we would want that number to be 100%, but you know, there are different circumstances. Maybe somebody's in a commitment, but I think everyone should be checked. That's just me. But we're gonna go back and look at some of these comments. Got Angie Baby saying good evening. Angie Baby just had a birthday last week. So yeah, happy birthday, Angie Baby. I'm sorry I didn't do the show last week. I couldn't tell you happy birthday, but happy belated birthday. I told you on your page, but man, now we're gonna do it public. Angie Baby said this is exactly why she is celibate at the moment. People jumping body to body. Yep. I mean, and the thing about it is if you're on Facebook, you'll see it. You see it. You see it. I see it. Person got a boyfriend this week, and 2 or 3 weeks later, this dude that they was with is gone, and they got a new boyfriend, and vice versa. Men on here, they'll have a girlfriend, they taking pictures and they hugged up and they kissing and smooching and everything on the pictures for a couple weeks. And then that lady disappeared for a week. And then the next thing you know, it's a new chick on there, pictures smooched up, kissing her. So yeah. Yeah. Everything's very transactional right now. But I see it. If you're on social media, if you're on Facebook, you see it. You see people going people to people. You got to know people. You got to be friends with people before you try to jump into a relationship. It's just stages to this. And everybody wants everything microwave. But yeah, you see it every day. You see, if you're on Facebook, you see it. People, yeah. 1 week they got a chick, next week they got another chick. So yeah, I understand exactly what you're saying. You got YWG in the house. He been killing groundhogs and squirrels. So Peter, get him. No, I'm messing with you. He catches the groundhogs and the squirrels, and he relocates. Some of them, some of them become fertilizer for trees. Some of them get relocated. I guess it's the ones that's feisty. Those are the ones that become fertilizer. Oh, we got Gino in the house checking in from San Fran, California. Well, outside of San Fran, more like San Jose, California. It's my West Coast connection. Yep. And that was yeah. And we're gonna have to bring that into this discussion. That is going to have to come into the discussion. Facebook is off the hook. And that's another thing. That's another thing, Angie, baby. That's another thing. People can't be alone. Too many broken people out here. People don't know how. You got to know how to make yourself happy. You got to love yourself first before you can love anybody. You have to love yourself. If you don't even love yourself, how can you love someone else? And it's a lot of people out here that don't love themselves. They don't value themselves. You have to value yourself. Mm-hmm. Can't be alone. It's a lot of broken people. With that being said, Facebook, come on over and join the conversation. Twitch, come on over and join the conversation. X, come on over and join the conversation. But this video that I'm going to play, it's kind of it's gonna talk about those numbers that I was speaking. He's gonna talk about the numbers, and then I'm gonna get into it too. So This first video is about Houston, and this guy's talking about the numbers. And I've already told you all that the numbers, they weren't representative for 1 week in Houston. They were representative for the month. So when you hear this, he's going to be saying that they were for the week, but they weren't for the week. They were for the month. But even if they're for the month, you can't discount it. Even if they're for the month, these numbers are crazy. And I'm telling you, after you hear these numbers, if you haven't heard these numbers, you're gonna be looking at you're gonna if you don't look at things differently after this discussion that we have tonight, there's something wrong with it. You know, when I was doing the research for this, it was scaring me because I was reading stuff that was crazy. It is crazy out here, y'all. But this video that I'm about to show y'all, and I'm gonna play this video, and then after I play this video, then we're gonna have a discussion about this because this is serious, real talk.
Let's start strapping up out here. Wearing them Jimmy hats, condoms, hefty bags, whatever y'all calling them, man. You know what I mean? Last week alone in Houston, Texas, man, 3,678 people got tested and contracted chlamydia. Last week alone in Houston, Texas, man. Also in Houston, Texas, last week, 2,955 people contracted gonorrhea. That was last week. Then 22,715 people contracted syphilis last week alone in Houston, Texas. But then, the real scary one is that HIV, that AI die slow. Ooh, AIDS. Guys, last week alone, 17,272 people contracted HIV in Houston, Texas. So just imagine how many people that didn't get tested who got it, who don't even know that they sick. Guys, you gotta strap up. I'm telling you, if I lived in Houston, Texas, man, I'm practicing abstinence. I ain't sleeping with nobody if I was you. Be safe out there.
22,000 people in the city of Houston contracted HIV in the month of June. 1,000 people in Houston contracted syphilis in the month of June. 3,000 people contracted gonorrhea in the month of June. 1,500, whatever, somewhere in there, people contracted gonorrhea. They didn't give numbers for they didn't give numbers for herpes. With those, that's 40 something thousand people that contracted for STD in the month of June in Houston. 40,000 people in the month of June. You know, people were saying, oh, it wasn't for 1 week, it was for the month. Regardless, if it's for 1 week, then it's ridiculous. If 1 month is crazy, that is crazy. And that is only the people Ain't got to. I don't want to talk about this stuff, but you got to talk about this stuff. We all like having sex. I don't think there's a person out there that doesn't like having sex, but people have to be honest with one another. Current thing that they kept saying about these HIV cases, these chlamydia cases, these cases, is that a lot of this stuff is coming from man on man contact. And then some of those men are going back and dealing with women. You know, a lot of people want to put this down low, man. They want to put this exclusively on black men. No, this is a gay man problem. Because I don't think there's no such thing. Yeah, you can like women and you can mess with. I don't think there's no such thing as bisexual. I think you're gay and you mess with women, or there are women out here who knowingly are in relationships with men that deal with men. No, I don't know what is going on. I don't know what changed, but these are things that types of things didn't happen in the 90s and the early 2000s. Maybe, but I mean, for women, this question I have is for women. That bad out there that you have to. Is it that bad for men? If it is, I need y'all to tell me what I'm doing wrong. Maybe I'm going to the wrong place. I mean, I know I went out this weekend. I went to this club. Took my peoples came in from Indianapolis. So I took them out and we went to a club. And two young women called me uncle. So that lets me know that I can't go back into it. People don't take life seriously. And is it that women? Is it that bad? Is it that bad? Is the pool of men that bad where you will knowingly be in a relationship with a man that deals with men? Is it that bad, ladies? Because if it is, some of us men need to know what we're doing wrong. A woman is submitting herself to a man that submits himself to another man. Something's wrong. Something is wrong in the dating pool. You got these women out here that want to put these strap-ons on there. We're gonna talk for real. We're grown, so we're gonna talk. You got women out here that want to put these strap-ons and they want to get behind their man. And I mean, ladies, if your man gonna let you put a strap on and get behind him, you think you're the only one? Some of this stuff I don't understand. The man is the protector, and you got women out here that want to. I don't know what I don't know what to say about that. I don't know what to say about it. Is the pool of men that bad where women have to knowingly date a man that dates men? That's more than sus. That's not sus behavior, Angie, baby. That's gay behavior. But you got women out here that want to, yeah. You got women out here that put these things on and they do it to their meat. These numbers that I have seen, and I'm a person that goes to get a checkup every 4 months. Seeing these numbers that I have seen, it makes you don't want to do nothing with it. I already don't be kissing a lot, man. I'm not approaching women, but I'm not kissing. Yeah, I don't. These numbers make sex real vanilla. But my thing, I said we're gonna talk about it because hold on, I'm gonna put this graph up. Then it talks about the numbers before we get into the discussion that I'm gonna bring up. So this is the first one I'm gonna show. It's from a website called Inner Body. I'm gonna show a couple of websites and some of the numbers. I got CDC numbers. So yeah, I got the real numbers and I got people that have used those numbers to show points. So this information is from a website called Inner Body. Website called Inner Body. And they looked at the Center of Disease Control's information on sexually transmitted diseases. And what their key takeaways from the information was that 7 out of the top 10 states with the highest STD rates are in the South. 7 out of the top 10 states with the highest STD rates are in the South. Mississippi ranks number 1 as the state with the highest rate of STD cases. Mississippi. I'm not sure of what the population numbers are for Mississippi, but there are states that have a lot more people than Mississippi. Number 1 state with the highest rate of STD cases. Vermont has the lowest STD infection. New York City, New York State ranks number 1 as the state with the highest rate of HIV cases. That's for a year. Right now, it's Houston. Houston is on fire. As well, southern states are most affected by chlamydia and gonorrhea. And the last key takeaway that they have is that California has the largest amount of total STD cases reported. The 3 states with the worst STD infection rates are Mississippi, Louisiana, and Georgia. And the South make up a solid majority of the 10 most affected states. According to Ronald Gray, a professor of epidemiology at Johns Hopkins, the answer may simply come back to a lack of access to affordable health care. So I just talked about that. I utilize my benefits. You say that there's a lack of access to affordable healthcare. So when we're talking about racism, has more people living in poverty and in rural areas, which make it harder for them to get tested and treat for STD. If you are sexually active, get tested for STDs and STIs is highly encouraged. This is especially important for young people ages 15 to 24, as this group accounts for almost half of all STD cases per year. That are just starting to have sex. And they account for almost half of all new STD cases each year. So these are people that are just starting to have sex. And because they don't have the proper education or the access to health care, they get on the education. If at that age, 15 to 24, 24, a 9-year span accounts for almost half of all new STD cases. So 15 to 24, from 25 to 75, 15 to 24 accounts for more cases than all of those age groups put together. I don't want to talk about this shit, but we got to talk about it. Sorry. In all these studies that I looked at, and crazy, and got to get graphic a little bit, not too graphic, but a little bit. But these numbers, and these are the actual numbers for 2021. They came out in December 2023. There were 32,100 estimated new HIV infections in the US in 2021. That's 2021. And we just talked about how 17,000 people in Texas, Houston, HIV cases for the month of June. Now, for 2021, 32,100 estimated new HIV infections in the US. 70% of those new HIV infections were among gay, bisexual, and other men who reported male to male sexual contact. 22% of those were among people who reported only heterosexual contact. And 8% of those people were people who injected drugs. 70% of all new HIV cases were reported by gay, bisexual, and other men who reported male. When they say other men, those are men who they don't consider themselves gay because they're the person that's doing the penetration. they're not being penetrated, which is weird. But some of these men who do the penetration don't feel as though they're gay because they're not the receiver, they're the giver. So, I got to talk about anal sex. Got to talk about it. Unprotected anal sex. Nothing good comes from an asshole. It's disease. It's waste. It's what your body has deemed unnecessary. And your anus is where your waste goes out. Nothing good comes from there. So why are people so enamored with sticking their unprotected penises waste hole? Nothing good comes from them. It's a waste hole. It's not meant for you to. It's not meant for that. Well, that ain't what it's meant for. Now you can say whatever you want to say. You get pleasure from it, whatever the case. If I'm saying something wrong, tell me I'm saying something wrong. But nothing but waste comes from it. It's a waste hole. It's a waste hole. You got Sukiyana and all these other some female rap, not all of them, talking about eating booty holes. And there's why? I really want somebody to explain this to me. Why would you want to put your mouth on a waste hole? Turn off is for a woman to tell me that she think I'm gonna do that to her. Crazy for people to think that somebody gonna put their mouth on a waste hole. That's not groceries. We have adult conversations here. Everybody has the free will to do what they want to do. Yeah, you do what you want to do. It's free will. It's free will. Consequences to everything. Consequences to everything. Some stuff is just a major turn off to me. It's just a major turn off to me. I ain't that grown. I do, man. Nothing good comes from there. But whatever. Whatever floats your boat, do what you do. But there's consequences to all that stuff. Consequences. Nobody wants to talk about the consequences. They always want to talk about the feeling. It feels good. It's how it feels. It's consequences. I don't know what else. Like I said, we got the free will to do it. But you see those numbers. And what I'm saying is there's only one way. There's only one. There's a few sex acts that men can do with each other, but yeah, it all involves a waist hole. Say what you want to say about me. Well, I'm gonna keep it real. Men that are out here having sex with men and then going and having sex with women, y'all are the scourge. You got to give people choices. You got to give people choices. You got to give people choices. Got to give people choices. But yeah, we're gonna talk about. Yeah, well, I just said that they said that the seven out of the 10 places with the highest HIV rates in the South. Now, shout out to Nino Brown. Shout out to Nino Brown. I'm about to share his video. And he's been on this. He's been talking about Houston and HIV cases. He does it in his own way. And some of the stuff he says, I don't agree with what he says, but these are his points. But I understand exactly where he's coming from with his message. I understand exactly where he's coming from with his message. And yeah, we're gonna watch this video and listen to this.
Tell you something. It's the top 10 states with the highest HIV rates. Before you stick your mushroom tip.
Or you stick your mushroom tip. We're gonna see if it come on back in. Don't look like it's gonna come back in.
And that goddamn girl, you better scrap up. They got a goddamn condom out there right now, rubber out there, the Emma coat that you can buy. That's gonna change colors when it goddamn penetrates. On the goddamn infected cooler cat. These people out here sick, and you don't even know it. And I mean, you don't even know it. You can't look at people no more and identify if they got that shit or if they sick or not, man. Some of the people that got that shit don't even know they got that shit, man. And the scariest part is the main people that's sick is the men with money, because they knocking down anything and everything. And them pretty girls with them big booties and them got the chest with them goddamn BBLs and all that shit. They got that shit. They sicker than sick. You know why? They at the top of the goddamn food chain. They the prettiest. That's what the nigga with the money want. And they got that shit. They pad it around like plug fryers. That's what I'm saying. And I know a lot of y'all men out there done turned into sissies thinking you safe now from HIV. But let me tell you something. Sissies are the most infected men in the black community based on the CDC reports. 1.4 million people are infected with HIV right now in the US, and only about 87% of the people that got that shit actually know they got that shit. And these the top 10 states that if you out there, you better go to the Emco and get the one that light up when they got their penetrator tell you that she got that shit. This the top 10 states in the US with the highest HIV rates. And they all are mostly in black communities, man. I ain't had no time to put them in order. I just put the list. I just want to get it out there. Check this out. Jacksonville, Florida. You hot up there on the goddamn list. New York, Everybody out there, you better be careful, boy, cause it's some niggas out there got that shit. Houston, Texas, I know they say that like it big. It got big cases of the goddamn HIV out there in Houston. They better scrap that shit up. Baltimore, Maryland. Oh, let me tell you something, boy. I know it's a lot of niggas out there think that, boy, they sick out there, boy. Let me tell you something. New Orleans, with that voodoo, with that goddamn crawfish. She ain't just got there smelling like crawfish. She got that shit. It's infected fish. Think about what I'm saying now. Las Vegas. I know it's the big city of dreams with the lights and all that shit. When you put your mushroom tip on there with the condom, it gonna light up. Cause most of them girls out there got that shit. Los Angeles, California. You on the list. I know y'all out the west side. Let me tell you something. When you hit it right, your ass gonna left the doctor and he gonna give you a paper that tell you you got that shit. Los Angeles, high on the list with people that's infected with that shit. Atlanta, Georgia. You got them right now. You number 3 in the world, man. Number three
in the world.
In the world is
In the
Atlanta,
world.
Georgia. Cause guess why?
They said by the end of the year, Atlanta gonna be number
It's
1
a
in
lot
the
of
world.
boys out there that like them boys. It ain't just the girl. See what's going on in Atlanta is it's a lot of y'all men that's sleeping with men, and you're going home to your own man and giving her what that man just gave you. And it's a lot of y'all that got that shit and you don't even know it. Miami, Florida, down here in Miami, Florida, it ain't just hot cause it's hot. It's hot cause they got that shit, that coochie on fire. Wrap that shit up. The #1 place in the world right now is the place where niggas telling and coochie selling. It ain't just selling, it's smelling and it's swelling your mushroom tip up cause they got that shit. I'm talking about Memphis, Tennessee. Better wrap that shit up out there in Memphis, man. Come tell you right now, they sick. By the end of this year, they expecting Atlanta, Georgia to be the #1 place in the country with HIV cause they facing a HIV crisis right now in the city due to the overpopulation of the rainbow people sticking each other, man. It's a lot of Dwight Howards out there in goddamn Atlanta. It's a lot of goddamn Dwayne Wade. It's Dwight Howard might be sleeping with Dwayne Wade right that bit. Right now, Atlanta is goddamn 3rd behind Miami and Memphis. And see, Memphis is full of streetwalkers that got coochie for sale. But as soon as you stick your mushroom tip in, it's gonna feel like hell cause you're gonna be burning. She finna burn your dog in. And Miami is full of everybody that's sleeping with everybody cause they trying to pay that high ass rent. So they #2 on the list. Los Angeles got that Atlanta shit going on now down there in Santa Monica. I already know what's going on. And that Diddy house round the corner in the Calabasas, they over there smashing, Meek Mill sitting on Diddy now. I already know. I already know what's
I agree with all of it.
Las Vegas, they selling Cuda Cat at the goddamn airport over there in the Spirit Airlines goddamn gate. I already know what's going on. They ain't just in the casinos at the Caesars Paradise and all that shit. They at the Spirit Airlines talking about coochie for sale. I'm telling you right now, you better be careful. And if you in New Orleans, that Cuda Cat got voodoo in it, boy. They got cats and shit for real crawling up out that Cuda Cat. It's gonna bite your dog in and give you a goddamn infection. Cause it's infested with goddamn HIV. It's so high on the food chain on the list. I'll tell you right now, you don't want none of that shit, man. At
You don't?
this point, if you get horny, it's better to buy yourself a little roll. Get your little roll, put a little water in it. Spit on that guy, cause you don't want none of that shit out there that gonna see the Dr. goddamn Jacob, Dr. Miami though. You don't want none of that. Or if you're a man, better buy you a goddamn blow up doll. Buy you a blow up doll and smash her. She ain't gonna want no money from you. She can ride in your car, get you a blow up doll. That's all you gotta do. It's gonna keep you safe from any infections. You don't want none of that, boy. Cause you don't wanna be sleeping with anybody that's sick with that shit. Cause a lot of people got that shit right now and they don't even know it. Let me tell you something. I just want to warn y'all what's going on. It's an HIV epidemic that's finna hit the black community. Gonna take a lot of people out. They ain't got no cure for that shit. In fact, they got a pill that could prevent you from catching it before you catch it. But once you got it, bitch your ass Magic Johnson. And you ain't got Magic Johnson money, your ass finna die. You know what I'm saying? Y'all take care of yourself. Y'all scrap up, get you a little rose. And I ain't talking about the Valentine's Day rose. I'm talking about the real rose, the lady doing. I'm talking about the lonely women out there that be playing bumper cars like Gayle King and Oprah. Get you one of them. And if you a man, go get you a thick BBL blow up doll. You can blow her up when you want to goddamn smash something, put her ass back in the closet. She ain't gonna ask you for no money. She don't want to go shopping. She don't want no birthday gift, no Christmas gift. And you just clean her out. And goddamn, she don't bleed no time. She ready every day. Get you one of them. Y'all comment below. Y'all like this video. Y'all
We look at that like it's funny, and you know, some of the stuff that he says is he says it in a comedic way, but he's speaking the truth. He may put his slur on it or whatever, but it's real out here, y'all. Really, the only thing I can tell you is it's real out here. Know your status. Know your status. Know your status. Know your status. Test at the health department is plenty of places where you can go to your doctor. And he said get you a BBL blow up doll. But it's plenty of places where you can go so you know your status. I know a lot of people scared. You can't be scared. You gotta know what your health is. You gotta know. Ain't no time to be scared when it's time to go get tested. You wasn't scared when you was going up in them, yeah. For real, y'all. You gotta get tested. You gotta know your status. You gotta ask people them hard questions. I saved your life. Past the hour mark. It's your boy Moss from Adult Conversation for Moss. And as usual, we on here talking about stuff that don't nobody wants to talk about. So hit that like button, share this video out, subscribe to the page. Yeah, we gotta be real about this situation. And AIDS, for the most part, it comes from men having sex with men and then taking that stuff back to their women. Don't nobody want to, man, say that it is what it is. We got to stop beating around the bush and talking around the subject. We're gonna go. No, the fastest way from point A to point B is a straight line. And when we stop being scared of talking about stuff, that's when stuff will get better. Like I said, when I was doing the research for this show this week and today, and it was scary. Yeah, I got sweaty palms reading some of that stuff that they was talking about. And this new STD, this ringworm that gets in your buttocks and in your genitals and all in your sexual reproductive system area. Said it's like athlete's feet, but it's ringworm. And you can have it in your, yeah, you can have it all. You have ringworm, and the thing about it is it took the man 12 weeks to get rid of it. In a year, 12 of them, he's been over there excruciating pain. Gotta be careful. Ladies, y'all gotta be careful. Because it's a bunch of imposters out here. It's a bunch of imposters out here. Faking like they love women and yeah. It's a bunch of imposters out here, ladies. Gotta be careful. Bunch of imposters out here. Boys playing with boys, then going back and having sex with women. It's a lot of them out here, ladies. And until we start talking about it, it's not gonna be a topic. You better start asking these men what they doing when you ain't with them. Life could depend on it. Your life could depend on it. Definitely gotta be careful out there. You gotta be definitely gotta be careful out there. I keep I ain't gonna never run out of condoms. I kept I know a couple girls probably didn't look in my glove. I keep condoms in my car. I keep condoms in my house. Don't keep condoms in your wallet and make a fuss. But I keep condoms in my car, my house. If I'm going on a trip, I take condoms with me. I'm not gonna never not be with no condoms if I'm in the presence of a lady that I'm thinking about having sex with. Ladies, 17,000 people contracted HIV. 17,000. So all you people going to the Mocha Fest, I saw a bunch of videos from the Mocha Fest. Like this, I looked at this one video. It's like, yeah, the people out there just putting your mouth, just indiscriminately putting your mouth on people. Yeah, lips. You know, y'all know what I'm talking about. Everybody, yeah. You see a paper with that herpy lip. You know what it is, motherfucking shiny, that big, yeah. We know what it is. You know what it is. Ain't nobody saying nothing about it. But yeah, we know not to mess with you. You don't have to tell. If you walking around in the summertime, you got a big ass blisters and yeah, we know what you is. You don't have to tell us. We know. We know. Oh, they didn't talk about herpes in those numbers that they've been giving out. I don't know why they didn't talk about herpes, but yeah. Don't know. Why would a man or a woman be in a relationship with someone that has a disease that they're going to have for their lifetime if they don't have a disease? Make it make sense to me. Make it make sense to me. Love you. I can love you, but if you tell me you got something, baggage, man, what with you for? What would I be with you for? What? I don't have anything. I don't have any. I don't have any venereal diseases. What is the benefit of me? And they said 1 out of every 5 Americans has had a venereal disease in their lifetime. 5. That's a whole lot of people. 1 out of 5. So for every 5 people that I done shook hands with, one of them people has had a venereal disease in their lifetime. Hey man, this is the stuff that people don't want to talk about, but this is the stuff that need to be talked about. Everybody likes having sex. If you think you're gonna have sex with somebody, you need to ask them their status. Some uncomfortable conversation, but like I said, that uncomfortable conversation might save your life. Save your life. Shout out to the people out there that their status and are protecting themselves and the people that's around them. Shout out to y'all. Shout out to us. Your status. Ooh, come on, didn't cut the sound off on my phone, but yeah, man. We have these conversations here because I love y'all. I don't want nobody to contract AIDS. I don't want nobody to contract nothing. We have these conversations because it's real out here. I don't got time to come up here. I mean, we're going to have some comedic relief about the things that we talk about, but I don't have time to come up here and talk about bullshit. I don't. I'm going to talk about real shit that needs to be talked about. YouTube done took my hour, so I'm gonna be doing a whole bunch of talking. I think I'm doing a 12-hour marathon live this weekend. Yeah, YouTube got mad at me. I did a live the other night and I played 4 hours of straight music. I was playing the Xbox. 1,500 of my hours. So I'm back to the beginning. Yeah. I will be doing a lot of posting, but the stuff that I post is for the benefit of all of us. Ladies, be careful. Know who you laying with. You lay with dogs, you're gonna get fleas. Men too. You lay with dogs, you're gonna get fleas. Make that man prove his status to you. Make that woman prove her status to you before you lay with them. Everybody ain't out here having sex for pleasure. Some of these people was having sex out here to give you some shit. If you dumb enough to motherfucking stick your rawness in them. Or ladies, if you dumb enough to let this man talk you into taking his rub off. Choices you make can be life or death. Choices you make, the decisions you make, they can be life or death choices. Is it worth it? We're not going to stop having sex, but at least be responsible. Some condoms. You telling that man, you don't ever know. You telling that man to go get a rubber, or you telling that lady, no, I'm not taking my rubber off, can be the choice that you make to save your life. To stop you from having herpes. To stop you from getting gonorrhea. To stop you from getting syphilis. God forbid, stop you from getting AIDS. Ain't no preacher. I ain't professing to be no. And some of the mistakes that I'm talking about, I done made. Well, this is a different world out here. A whole lot of deviant behavior going on. We're going to call it what it is. Deviant behavior. Anything that somebody does not want to bring to the light for you to know, to have a choice, is deviant. It's the reason they don't want you to know, and it's the reason they're not telling you. It's because of deviant behavior. Ladies, be careful out here. Brothers, be careful out here. Be careful out here. Like sex. Sex is great. Body don't deserve your body. And nobody but your husband or your wife deserves your body unprotected. You gotta know who you laying with. Because it's a lot of men out here who like men. And I'm a man. So well, yeah, are you nah, bro? I'm telling you, I'm a nice, light-skinned dude. I dress nice. These motherfuckers, they out here. People be dressed don't mean nothing. The way a person dress, that don't mean nothing. That don't have nothing to do with a person's sexuality. A lot of people try to think that, but the way a person dressed don't have nothing to do with sexuality. I mean, but I know how to say no. I'm like Cat Williams. You got to tell them no. You got to tell no. You got to tell them no. You got to tell them no. My men on wow, man. That's one of the reasons I moved from Atlanta. I lived in Atlanta from 1990 to 2000. I went to Clark Atlanta University. I lived in the yeah. I left Atlanta because I got tired of men approaching me. I ain't gonna even lie. Number one reason I left Atlanta was because I got tired of men approaching me. I'm a real man. I don't want no man approaching me. Well, but then I got older. I got older. And I didn't have to cuss people out to let them know that I don't play on that team. Just say certain things to them. It doesn't have to be crass. When I was younger, I would just cuss them out and man. But I'm a prep. I dress preppy. I've been approached. I ain't I ain't scared to talk about it. Cause it ain't no man. The reason I can have these conversations and I don't care about talking about down low brothers and all that type stuff because ain't no man out here can say he did nothing to me. I'm 100% heterosexual. Well, I don't give. I'm gonna have these conversations. Yeah. Can't nobody come on here and say nothing about me in terms of no deviant behavior. One thing, she's a woman. Whatever. I like women. I love women. Careful. There's some imposters out here. And I'm gonna talk about them. I don't give a hell. Ain't nobody out there can say that. I ain't been in no, I have no secrets. I had to have a conversation with somebody brought some information to my mother last week. Not any deviant behavior, but yeah. I was in high school, one tried to put a baby on me, and I handled it. And somebody came and said something to my mother a couple of weeks ago, and I had to tell her the whole story. I have no secrets. That's the reason I can come over here and speak open with you all. I have no secrets. No one can come on here and say anything to defame me. That's why I come over here and I talk my stuff. Because yeah, ain't nobody say nothing Yeah. I don't owe nobody no money. I ain't never did nothing with no boys. So yeah, I'm gonna come on here and talk my stuff when it comes to this. So ladies, be careful. Because there's some imposters out here. I have been approached by them imposters. Ladies, be careful. Brothers, be careful. Know your status. I can't say that enough. The first time I went and got an AIDS test, yes, I was scared as fuck. I wasn't really scared. I wasn't really scared because I haven't done anything. I haven't messed with no prostitutes. I haven't done any intravenous drugs, and I ain't never laid with no boy, no man. So, with that being said, yes, I was nervous when I went to get an AIDS test. I was. Who wouldn't be? But I was rest assured that they ask you the questions. Have you had, when you go to get an AIDS test, they have a list of questions that they ask you that will tell them if you have been doing deviant behavior. Have you had sex with prostitutes? Have you used intravenous drugs? Have you had male on male? They ask you these questions when you take the AIDS test, the HIV test. They ask you these questions. And from those questions, they can determine if you have been doing things that are conducive to getting HIV. And the number one component to transmitting and getting HIV is unprotected anal sex. It's the number one way to get AIDS, HIV. Unprotected anal sex. Blood transfusions, intravenous drug users. Comes from men having sex with men and going to have sex with women. They're same men. Ladies, be careful. Ladies, be careful. Coming up on an hour and a half. I'm probably gonna stop in the next 6 minutes. We're gonna end this video at an hour and a half. Hope this conversation was fruitful for you. I hope this conversation gave you the courage to ask the next person that you're thinking about being intimate with, can I see your my chart? Do you know your status? I hope this conversation pushes you to do that. Because it could be the difference between you living your late years disease free and living in pain. There's something that makes somebody think about the choices that they have made in terms of, sexual contact with other people. If you really want to if you're with someone and you want to have, man, get some condoms, get some dental dams. You ain't got no dental dams, get a plastic bag. All of this exchanging of body fluids and putting your mouth on people that you don't really know. You're playing Russian roulette. And if you're going to do these things, at least have the courage to be like, can you tell me your status? Can you show me your status? Can you show me that you don't have a disease? The only person that's gonna get mad about you asking about their status is a person that don't want you to know their status. A person that knows their status and you ask, they're gonna gladly give you their status. Why wouldn't they? Why wouldn't they? Why would a person that has nothing to have reservations about showing you their sexual history? Just some things to think about. It's your boy Miles Peel. It's been another edition of Adult Conversations with Miles. Like I said, I hope I said something that makes you change your outlook on things. I hope I said something that gives you the courage to ask the people that you're having sex with their status. I hope I said something to make you go out and know your own status if you don't know your status. People that are watching this on replay, we got to take care of ourselves. Got to take care of ourselves. We got the free will to do whatever we want to do, but we must understand that there are consequences to all our actions. It's your boy Miles Peel. It's been another edition of Adult Conversation with Miles. I hope I said something that makes you change the ways and things that you do, or gives you, like I said, gives you the courage to ask people tough questions. I will see y'all later this week.